Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Sophie Erber. A van life blogger's cause of death is now official. The coroner says Gabby Petito died by strangulation. We have the late details now on the case in our top story at 5. The 22-year-old's body was found last month near an undeveloped camping area in remote northern Wyoming. She died of strangulation, they say about 3 to 4 weeks before the discovery of her body. Teton County Coroner Dr. Brent Blue says he is prevented by Wyoming state law from saying much more about the case at this time. The coroner had earlier classified Petito's death as a homicide, but had not previously disclosed how she was killed. Petito's boyfriend, Brian Laundrie, is considered a person of interest in her disappearance and tonight remains unaccounted for. In Auburn, Iowa, a teenager died after an accident with a semi. That happened on Highway 175 in Sac County. Around 8:30 this morning near Auburn, the 16-year-old driver crossed the center line and into oncoming traffic. She collided with a semi driven by 50-year-old Matthew Dorsher of Cumberland. The teenager's name has not yet been released. And 2 Siouxlanders were hospitalized following a 3-car crash just east of Norfolk. Just before 5 on Monday night, investigators say 2 of the cars involved were traveling north on Highway 35. They collided with a 3rd car at the Benjamin Avenue intersection. According to the Madison County Sheriff's Office, 2 drivers, Lupita Pena of Norfolk and Christian Hepner of Hoskins, were hospitalized. The 3rd driver, Christina Betts of Norfolk, suffered minor injuries. Charges in this case are pending. With less than 1 week left before the country runs out of money, the House tonight is voting to raise the debt limit. Alexandra Limon has the latest for us from Washington.
Republicans were once again lining up to vote no on raising the nation's debt ceiling.
While I recognize the necessity of addressing the debt ceiling, I continue to have grave reservations about the course the majority is following.
Congressman Tom Cole complained about what he called a rushed process.
Democrats aren't even willing to put up with an hour of debate on a measure that increases the debt ceiling by $480 billion.
Cole said if the work had been bipartisan, then the votes would be too. But Democratic Congressman Jim McGovern says Congress has been debating the issue for weeks.
It's absurd to somehow suggest that people don't know what we're doing here. We actually had a full debate and a vote on increasing the debt ceiling.
McGovern says today's vote is simply to approve revisions made by the Senate and avoid a financial meltdown.
My Republican friends seem content on just driving, the car off a cliff. It would be disastrous if we were to default.
The changes by the Senate to the bill will only stave off a financial crisis until December. Speaker Pelosi says Congress needs to stop bickering about the debt and pass a law to take politics out of it.
Puts the responsibility on the Secretary of the Treasury to make the determination to lift the debt ceiling.
In Washington, Alexandra Limon, KCAU 9 News.
Drought-like conditions raged on for weeks this summer, as we know, with Sioux City having one of its driest years on record. That has created low yields for many crops in the area, especially alfalfa, but late rains in August and September have helped their supply some. Still, hay producers in South Dakota tonight say it's tough to find crops like oats and barley because of wildfires and extremely dry land in the upper Midwest and even in Canada. The search was on today for the oldest cemetery in Dakota County. The Dakota County Historical Society and Nebraska State Historical Society teamed up to use ground-penetrating radar. They were trying to determine the location of the Omati Cemetery. The town was wiped out by the Missouri River in the 1800s, and researchers tonight are trying to identify the location of that old cemetery. Dennis Reinert is the president of the Dakota County Historical Society. He says this is a challenging mystery for them to solve.
We all kind of agree that there is something out here somewhere. We're hoping this is the place. And how many deceased, we don't know. We only know of 3 that we have found on record, but there's probably more.
The team tonight is evaluating their data and hopes to know in about a week's time whether or not they found that cemetery. A former KCAU executive made a stop at their alma mater today. Ray Cole, former president and COO of Citadel Broadcasting and Kingsley native, plus now author of the book Hanging with Winners. He made a stop at Briarcliff University to reminisce about his time there and also speak to the students about what he's learned about success in his more than 40-year career in the broadcast industry.
Read these profiles. There are really, I think, compelling lessons embedded in them that hopefully will impact them and maybe help guide them in a way that it wouldn't have if they hadn't been with us today.
Cole will be back in town on Thursday, October 14th for a book signing of that book, Hanging with Winners. That's at the Hy-Vee location on Hamilton Boulevard. And it's time to turn our attention to the weather. Chief Meteorologist Scott Larson standing by. Scott, we're really getting lucky stringing together these days of warm, dry, mid-fall conditions.
Yeah, we were winners once again in the weather department today out there, Sophie, with temperatures above average. Highs were in the 70s across the majority of Siouxland, getting to 74 this afternoon in Sioux City, 79 in Omaha, 77 for both Wayne and Norfolk. We anticipate seeing some rain and thunderstorms happen overnight leading into Wednesday. It looks like by tomorrow afternoon we'll start to dry things back out. Looking at the current radar picture, not a whole lot of precipitation out there at the moment, but as we expand the view, you can see that large storm system continuing to wrap in some rain. We'll talk about the amounts and what follows coming up in the 9 on 9 forecast. Sophie?
Perfect. Thanks, Scott. The number of new COVID-19 cases and hospitalizations improved slightly in the state of Nebraska again last week, but they do remain at elevated levels. Nebraska reported more than 4,500 cases last week. That is, according to data from the CDC. That's a drop of roughly 200 cases from just the week before. The number of people hospitalized with the virus in the state averaged around 400 per day last week. That was down from 415 a day in the previous week. A late-stage study of AstraZeneca's coronavirus antibody treatment shows promise tonight. The company says results from its trial of AZD7442 shows it cuts the risk of severe COVID-19 infection by at least 50%. That's 50. It's the first of its kind to show a dual use in both preventing and treating the virus. AstraZeneca recently requested emergency use authorization for its new treatment. Drivers on the East Coast are finding it harder tonight to fuel up, with numerous pumps completely out of order. AAA says pipeline trouble is the root cause. The product's SE pipeline, which runs from Louisiana up to Washington, D.C., had a spill back on October 1st, and now the effects are being seen. Fuel runs through the pipeline, and it's taken off at different terminals and then sent to gas stations. So when the pipeline is down, so is distribution.
This is not a shortage of fuel, but really a temporary distribution issue. There should be fuel at other stations nearby.
Dean says the pipeline was repaired more than a week ago, so pumps should be opening back up sometime soon. But will all this affect gas prices? Dean says as long as demand for gas doesn't rise, prices should stay relatively stable. LG Electronics has reached a deal tonight with General Motors. That's to pay for a costly recall. LG will reimburse the automaker for about $2 billion. That's for the cost of recalling Chevy Bolt cars. Back in August, GM expanded a previous recall to more than 140,000 Bolt electric vehicles. Those were sold worldwide since 2016 because of battery malfunctioning could cause the vehicles to catch fire. That recall follows reports of 13 battery fires, GM says, which can occur when two separate defects are present in certain battery modules. The major shippers are out with their holiday deadlines tonight. The U.S. Postal Service says ship by December 17th for first-class mail and first-class packages. You have until December 18th for priority mail. FedEx says ship by December 9th for ground economy. But you have until December 22nd for that 2-day shipping option. UPS says if you want to get your gift there in time, ship by December 21st for second-day air. Well, shortages and supply chain issues look to be sticking around for this holiday season. How to prepare yourself so they don't steal Christmas right from under your tree, coming up in 10 minutes.
And it's been quite a while since we've had a risk of rain, but we expect to have some thunderstorms blow through tonight. Cooler autumn weather looks to follow, and our first good chance of seeing a widespread frost happens this weekend. Your 9 on 9 forecast coming up next.
You're watching KCAU 9 News with Sophie Erber and Chief Meteorologist Scott Larson. This is KCAU 9 News at 5.
Exactly. Make sure to fill out those forms so we can actually show them.
Yeah, we've started to see some of that fall foliage as well. That's always cool to see.
All right, thanks a lot, Scott. Well, many new parents worry about leaving their child alone. Now, a new baby monitor can help take away some anxiety. We'll show you how it works coming up in about 7 minutes. But first, from the latest gaming console to a talking toy, microchips are necessary, but they're in short supply. How you minimize the damage on your holiday shopping list next. You just might want to start your holiday shopping now. If you don't, supply chain shortages could leave you with almost nothing under the tree. Carrie O'Brien reports on what exactly could be in short supply this year.
Outside World of Mirth toy store in Carytown, a line to get in. Hopefully these shoppers are lined up to stock up for the holiday season now.
If you find it, grab it right now.
Otherwise, Leslie Blackwell with the Better Business Bureau serving Central Virginia says that perfect holiday gift might not be there. This year, supply chain shortages could be the Grinch who stole Christmas. A shortage of widgets and workers, combined with floating traffic jams, a stressed trucking industry, and factory backlogs, is leading to limited inventory and empty shelves. That's impacting everything from toys and electronics to clothing and more.
What we're finding out is whether it's a microchip or a potato chip, there seems to be a supply shortage going on right now.
You may not realize it, but millions of everyday products use microchips, from computers to cell phones to gaming systems and other toys.
Anything that kind of has those bells and whistles, the sounds, the lights, they need a microchip, and they are back ordered.
Chip shortages have already left the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series XS in short supply. Back at World of Mirth, the owner tells 8 News some vendors are so backed up, they've already said they're not taking any more orders for the year. So again, the BBB says, buy now, not later.
And always remember, if a deal sounds too good to be true, it probably is. The BBB adds that definitely keep an eye out for sketchy sellers online trying to unload counterfeit goods. Well, News Nation Prime gathers the news from across our country at 8 Central every night. But before that, Leland Vittert and Dan Abrams break down today's hot topics, and we have a preview.
A steep fall from grace, John Gruden's swift resignation, what those bombshell emails revealed about the culture in the NFL, and how serious is the league about rooting out racism and homophobia. That's On Balance tonight. Now here's a look at Dan Abrams Live.
Thanks, Leland. Tonight on Dan Abrams Live. Major GOP figures saying Trumpism is leading them to vote Democrat in New York Times and Washington Post editorials. But is that just media bubble talk, or is this a real movement? That's coming up tonight on Dan Abrams Live.
You can see some of the channels that carry it here on your screen, or check your local guide. Well, baby monitors are getting a big upgrade tonight. How you can keep your cool knowing even your baby's breathing is being watched. Coming up next. Welcome back. It's a baby monitor that not only lets you see your baby sleeping, it tracks their breathing too. Rich DeMuro takes a look in today's TechSmart.
The earliest baby monitors were not much more than a staticky speaker.
Growing up, us kids in the 80s, we had the Fisher-Price.
Then came the ability to see your child.
And then over here, the very first tube TV baby monitor.
Wow, so this was pretty high tech.
This is pretty high tech in the early 2000s.
Now, a startup named Miku is taking baby monitoring next level.
Seeing your baby and hearing your baby allows you to see your child's respiratory, sleep, and all the analytics that come with it.
The device powered by an algorithm taught by over 30 billion breaths.
So what type of sensors are you using in this?
So with the sensors, we have 2 microphones for microphone array, we have the camera for image processing, and then we have the radar set inside.
That radar is able to monitor micromillimeter breathing movements with nothing attached to your child.
Even when your kid's wearing clothes, through blankets and everything, it allows us to track the respiratory from that.
The $400 Miku also tracks sleep, sound, temperature, lighting conditions, and humidity in the room.
They help create an environment for safe and comfortable sleep for your baby.
Jacqueline Winkleman is a board-certified pediatrician and medical advisor for Miku.
Their science is solid. They did a study comparing our Philips monitor, our hospital monitor in the neonatal ICU in the East Coast, and their accuracy was very impressive.
If we notice anything with the change in respiratory, we will send a notification to your phone.
Of course, this isn't a medical product, but one more way to know your child and perhaps help parents rest easy, too.
I think the whole baby industry right now, as you can see, is doing a whole high-tech upgrade, and we're one of the devices leading that.
Take a live look outside right now in Cherokee with cloudy skies. Scott returns just after this break with one more check on your forecast. Stay with us. Before we wrap up here at 5, let's check in first with Tim for what's coming up at 6. Hi, Tim.
Hey, good afternoon, Sophie. Coming up in after World News tonight, more than a century ago, floodwaters were responsible for submerging the oldest cemetery in Dakota County. Since then, this last resting place has not been identified. But a team of archaeologists currently is working to change all of that. KCAU 9 reporter Nick Wilson takes us to the research site tonight at 6. Also ahead in just a half hour, the first honor flight made up of all female veterans recently took off from Chicago. The group spent the day in Washington, of course, looking at monuments honoring their service. We'll share Operation Her Story after World News tonight. Sophie, we'll see you in the studio in just a half hour.
All right, we'll see you and Jake then. And that's really interesting. I've seen a lot of honor flights, but never an all-female one. So looking forward to that report. And we've had a beautiful, very calm day, but things are changing overnight.
That's right, Sophie. We expect to have some thunderstorms move in. They'll last through the morning hours of tomorrow. Some clearing later on in the day and a strong breeze cooling things off. Some frost this weekend.
All right, thanks, Scott. Thank you for joining us. We'll all see you back here tonight at 6. But until then, have a great night, everyone.